Things I've learned from watching people in the gym. Number one is this guy corrected this girl and said that the dumbbells need to touch at the bottom of the lateral raise. And then I was like, that doesn't seem right. So I asked someone else and they were like, no. The tension is actually not at this bottom area at all. And if you wanted to make lateral raises harder, even better for hypertrophy, you want to stay in that tension zone, which is about right here. Now you're staying where it's difficult and minimizing potential momentum to get the weight up. Next up is I used to see a lot of people squatting with those big fluffy hip thrust pads, and I totally get it because the bar can feel uncomfortable when you're new, but these pads are actually too thick and they tend to push the bar up onto your neck, which means it's way harder to brace and stay stable. So if you do need a little cushion at first, I'd go with a contoured TPE squat pad instead. It's going to be thinner, it locks on, and it keeps the bar on your upper traps like right here and not on your spine. You want to think about the bar resting on the muscle shelf. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back like you're holding a credit card in between them, and long term we definitely want to work towards no pad at all. And as your upper back gets stronger, your bracing gets better too, and the bar will eventually just feel more secure with nothing there. Next up, if you're feeling weak in the gym, it could be because of this health myth that actually drives me nuts. Sodium is somehow bad for us. That idea came from studies done on people who were already inactive, eating high-calorie diets and a lot of processed foods and dealing with metabolic issues. Not the people that lift weights and not the people that eat mostly whole foods. People do not have high blood pressure because they eat too much salt. They have high blood pressure because they eat too much processed foods. They eat tons of carbs, fats, and salt combined, and they never get up from the dang couch. If you eat a lot of whole foods, which has no added salt, you gotta add it back. I personally do not track the exact amount of sodium per day, but I do 3 to 4 salt grinds per meal that applies, and on super sweaty days or days I use the sauna, I do drink an electrolyte. Next up, wider doesn't always mean more glutes. It's actually more adductors, those inner thighs. And if that's your vibe, then that's okay, but I just don't want you to think the wider you go, the more glutes that you're doing, especially in leg presses and in squats. I would go a little bit further than shoulder width apart and then turn your toes out slightly for more glutes. For a squat, you definitely want to just bend that chest forward a little bit more, and that'll be perfect. Last but not least is should you choose lighter loads and do reps like 15 to 25 or less reps at heavier loads like 8 to 12 reps. Studies show that both build muscle, but as long as you're training near failure for both of them. Now here's the issue here. For higher reps and lighter loads, it's actually harder to feel where muscular failure is. For example, if I'm doing bicep curls for 25 reps, I start feeling the burn, but that's not always a muscular failure. The burn is chemical stress or metabolite accumulation, not mechanical tension stress. And mechanical tension is the biggest driver of hypertrophy. That's why I personally like to do 6 to 12-ish rep range. The best way to test this out is I'll do my set, and if I drop the weights, take a 5-second rest, and then do it again, and I'm able to do 5 more reps, I didn't hit failure. But if I take that 5-second rest and can't do 5 reps, I reached failure. Bottom line is you want to train in a rep range where you can clearly hit failure, not just feel the burn.